Hey there, it's Power Coach Alishia here for Power Up with Power Coach Alishia. I'm your source of fun, funny, exciting, entertaining, and educational coaching, speaking, and direct sales training with a twist of tough mama bear, no fluff, no hand-holding, no bullshit love. Now, I specialize in helping women step into their personal power, unleash their inner badass, and put themselves first without feeling guilty. Today, we are talking all about when it's time to let go, but what you do instead. All right, so we are getting this show on the road. Hi, Marcy. Marcy, really quick, I want to say to you, after this, I'm going to be crazy busy, but can you send me the times and stuff on that event tomorrow, and I can see how I can work it in, like when does it start, when does it end, you know, all that good jazz. And I'll see if I can make it happen. Not making you any promises, but I don't want you to go alone. I think it's really cool that you'll go alone. I just don't want you to. But maybe that's what your soul needs too, right? Hi, Tessa. All right, so give this a quick share. I'm getting my watch party started. All of the places. And we'll go, go, go. I'm a little earlier today. I have eyelashes today. My schedule is nuts. Nuts. We're almost there. Hi, Amber. Hi, Estrees. I really do like, though, that it takes a minute for Facebook to notify everyone that I'm live so that I can do what I gotta do. Indeed. Okay, so listen. It's Thursday. Let's talk about something else before I talk about today's topic. What I want to talk about today is how I felt yesterday. You know, yesterday was a complete shit show, by the way. My mindset, my headspace, everything was just not good. Not like depressed or something like that, but I have felt really overwhelmed lately, and like I've just had a lot to process and work through, and my head's here and it's there. Hi, Latia. And I just kept finding that I was coming back to this place of, now that I think about it today, I think it was more like worry, and yeah, I think I used that word, worry and being unsure and what if this and what if that. So one of the first things I want to talk about, hi Jenna, is how in our head we tend, not in our head, well maybe it could be in your head but not in your head, I don't know, but we tend to like get, well I do, fixated on something. Look at this. Look at this. I don't love doing these first thing in the morning. I don't even have time to look halfway decent, you guys. Yesterday I had on a hoodie and I still didn't look halfway decent. I just hope you guys don't mind. Hi, Kellyanne. If you do, who cares? Just kidding. I'm like, I obsess, right? So I'll get a good business idea and I'm like launching it, I'm moving forward. I'm like, let's go, let's do it, let's make it happen. Here's a plan, work, cut, da, da, da. Or if it's not a good business idea, if it's a new program I want to launch, I'm like all in, da, 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 and I constantly run numbers. So my personality type is like, okay, with this and then this many people, then this is how much money, and then this, da, 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 and then I can do, you know, help my team here and we can do that, and da, da, da. And it's like this weird pressure-y and plan, and it's like all of a sudden I have all this pressure on myself for those goals and what, you know, my like number run through came up with. And so then I feel all of this pressure, and then it's like, oh my god, if I don't perform or it doesn't get to that, then I'm like all bummed out. I'm like, well, maybe it doesn't really work, and maybe that wasn't the best idea. And so yesterday, actually it was the end of Tuesday and all of yesterday, I was just like feeling the heaviness of like, what if I don't, you know, do it right, or what if it doesn't succeed, or is this how it's going to be in order for me to get that place? And you know, this weird spiral, but then not, and then spiral, and then not. This is the preliminary chat to what I want to talk to you guys about today. And you know, I just realized that if it's not the plan, right? It's not the idea. It's not the program. It's not the new business. It's not the new product. It's not what I'm launching. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with how I come in and I put this pressure on myself to reach the ultimate goal one way. Like, this is my ultimate goal. My goal to build my company to $30,000 income a month. It's been my goal for 2 years now. Well, 18, 19, and now 20. So maybe not really 18. I didn't know what the fuck I wanted in 18, but 19 and now 20, right? And it's like every time I'm running numbers on this goal, I put pressure on one way to get there. So one of the things I want to say to you, and actually this is so freaking perfect for what I want to talk about today. Oh, I love my angels. There's not only one way to get there, right? Because it's not just the new program or the new division or the this or the that. It's the accumulation of all the things, right? I was even thinking, why do you show up every day, 4 days a week? You know, that you could use that time and go back to your normal mornings and, you know, have that more peaceful and not feel like it's pushing your day behind or a little rushy, like you have no space between when you get up and then you actually wake up, between when you go to work out and then it's like boom, 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 you have your day. So you could just not do that. And all of a sudden it was just like, don't do this and that's not going to work and blah, blah, blah. And I'm having all these conversations with myself because I made this plan to get to my goal only running one set of numbers with one program doing one thing. And I don't do one thing. I do a whole bunch of different things. I have free trainings. I have actually the free life coaching program. I'm in the group every day coaching you guys. I'm doing a workshop coming up in April. It's a life coaching workshop, which will be free. I mean, I do free challenges for my direct sales. I go live once a week for my direct sales business. I'm in that group every day. I have a direct sales elite coaching program. I have a life elite coaching program. I have a membership for direct sellers. I'm telling you, like, I have so much. I have so much that I'm doing. And then I'm like, I pigeonhole myself or say, oh, you shouldn't do that. Or, you know, like, that's the only way to get there. And it's really going to be a combination of things that get me there. So that's the one part of it. The other part of it is knowing when to let go when the things that you're holding on to get there, wherever there is, are not serving you, or they're exhausting you, or they're things that are just, there's no point in taking that action anymore because it's not going to get you there. And if it does, by the time you get there, you're not going to give two shits anyways, right? And that is the story that I want to tell you today. So if the person I was talking to yesterday comes on here, I will not be using your name. However, I do think the lessons that you learned on our business breakthrough session yesterday are lessons that are very important for everybody else to hear and learn. And I want to teach everyone how you do this in your life. Hi, Keisha. So let me get this out of the way so I can get my computer out of my way so I can make my shake. Yeah, so Latia, you were doing that before too, right? And then it's, oh, one way. And actually, it's going to be a combination of ways. Hi, Zephyr. So here we go. I get on this call, and I'm thinking about where I'm looking at the application form, and I'm thinking about, depending on how the call goes, where she's going to be the best fit to reach her goals and what she wants to do. Because in the business strategy session application, I can see, you know, what their profit is now and what they want their profit to be. And I'm usually looking at what they want their profit to be on whether or not they're a good fit for my elite coaching program. Hi, Mary. And then on the session, I'm gauging personality, motivation, dedication, attitude on if I would even recommend my elite coaching, because it's not a program where I'm dragging people along. It's not a program where I have to beg people to be fucking positive. It's not a program that I want to have people that annoy me or anything like that, right? Ooh, on the vacation. Awesome. So I'm looking at her application going, okay, so I have a couple options for her if it's a good fit for her, if that's what she needs. So anytime before I get on a call with you, whether it's a life breakthrough session or a business strategy session, hey, Mary, I look at those two things, always. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to sell you anything. And that doesn't mean I'm even going to make you an offer. It depends on how the conversation goes. Yesterday, I was 0 for 3. I had 3 calls that took up almost 4.5 hours of my time, and I made 0 offers, which means I sold nothing on any of these calls. So I spent 4 hours and made no actual dollars from those efforts. Now that's okay. That was a choice I made because I knew what those people needed. So I gave my time and did what I wanted to do based on what they needed, okay? Back to the story. So the application looks great, like dedicated. She's ready to learn and grow. And she has like this big dream of opening a school. And she's already putting things in place to do that. Like she's ready to rock and roll. And so this is what is on this application. She's using her business to fund this school. But I thought it was to go to school. I didn't find this out till I got on a call. It was to like open a school, which are two different things, right? And, we're having this conversation. I ask her what her day-to-day schedule looks like. I'm figuring out how much money she's going to need from her business in order to open this school to bridge the gap. She needs $115,000. She's raised 33. She has 18 months and she has to bridge that gap between the two, which is like 70 some odd thousand, right? 72,000. I'm like, are you really expecting to get this 72,000 from your paparazzi business? So I have to give some specific details because this is why the conversation went this way. Yeah. That's $2,500 in profit per month. Have you ever made that? She says no. I said, as good as I was at selling paparazzi and I was breaking policies and procedures, which I didn't know until after the fact, I only sold 750 pieces per month. And I'm a damn good seller and I already had a huge market. You need to sell 1,111 pieces a month in order to reach your goal of the 40,000. So paparazzi only needed to come up with 40,000 of the 72 she needed. And so I was okay with that, even though it's a huge stretch of a goal for that type of product. But where I wasn't okay is where she needs to turn up. She's selling about 300 pieces a month right now. So she has to turn up 800 pieces a month. Let's be real. So she has to go from 300 pieces to 800 pieces. It has to happen right fucking now. Because when she gets the grant for the school, she has 2 years to complete, or she has to go through the whole fucking process again. So she's on a timeline. So there is no time for her to ramp up to 1,100 pieces a month. It had to happen now. Okay? So that's the first challenge. The second challenge is to sell that kind of paparazzi in that short amount of time is just... it's not something that really happens. I mean, I do believe it has happened, but people in that business are making the most money building a team. So by the time this particular client starts building a team, ramps it up, figures out how to lead the team, keep them excited, help them with their goals, all of the things, I believe she's blown past her 18 months that she needs. Here's why. Because... I just lost my train of thought. Because she has no time in her schedule. So looking at her schedule, she is double dipping on Mondays. She has no breathing room. She wakes up at 5:30 a.m. and crashes to bed at 10 p.m. There is no staying up an hour later. No, I don't want you to leave the site. What are you doing? Oh, my computer just stopped working, or for fuck's sakes. Closing it. There is no going to bed later. She's tapping herself out in those 14 hours every day. So in this conversation, I have to give her the cold hard truth. Like, this business is not going to get your school open. And the thing is she was coming to me for a plan for her business. She was coming to me to map it out, give her that hope, tell her what coaching program to join. Like, she's ready to pay. She's ready to join and she was ready to do whatever. There was no space in her life for me to coach her. There was no space in her life for her to ramp up her business, which means there's no space in her life for paparazzi to be the funding for the school. Period. There's no way. All of those are no's. No. There's no yeses in that. There's no time for me to coach you. There's no time for you to build this business to 1,100 pieces per month. There's no time. There's no time for me to help you build a team because you don't have time for the team that it takes. And God knows they suck a shit ton of time. So I had to give her the cold hard truth. You have to let go of paparazzi and just go after funding. Okay? Help me with what? What are you talking about? So let go of paparazzi and go for funding, right? And that if you spent even half the time you had in going for the funding, you'd have the funding for your school in, between 3 and 6 months. That's a huge ass difference than pounding the pavement for 18 straight months and still coming up short. One of the very first questions I asked her on the call was, Why are you using paparazzi to fund this when you could just go get the funding yourself? Hi Don, hi Sonia. I don't even remember her answer. Oh, because she didn't want to do, traditional crowdfunding, right? So what is my point? Why am I bringing this to Power Up with Power Coach Alishia? Because this is not a business live. This is also not the business portion of my company, right? My business portion of my company is Rockstar Direct Sales. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because as humans, we get caught up on the commitment, right? We get caught up in one way. We get caught up in seeing it through. And the hardest thing is knowing, no, I'm not going to have her do it. She doesn't have the space. She doesn't have the space. And it's not $42,000 in sales. It's not $72,000 in sales. It's $72,000 in profit. So, like I said, it's different. I don't know. I'd be hard pressed to believe that somebody did that in a year in sales. I mean, I probably with a team, but she doesn't have the space. Are you listening, Tessa? She doesn't have the space to do what needs to be done to build it. She doesn't need help. She needs to quit. All right, back to my story. Holding on to things because we believe that's that one way. Hi, Loranda. Holding on to things because we believe that this is what's going to get us there. So I want you to look around in your life. I want you to look around if you have a business, even at your job. Are you holding on to the business? Are you holding on to the job? Are you holding on to the friends? Are you holding on to the stuff because you think that the job, the business, the friends, the stuff is what's going to give you what it is that is missing, whatever that is, right? And I'm not saying like every friend, and I'm not saying that it is your job, and I'm not saying that it is your business. However, I'm a pretty fucking smart person. I'm a pretty analytical person. I see things from an aerial view, right? For the most part. However, if I'm pigeonholing in my own head, one way, right? Like, this is the way I'm going to get to my goal. This one way, this one thing is going to be what works. This is it, right? And I do that, I know damn straight you do that, right? It's like, well, I can't let go of that friend because of but all the other reasons why you should let go of that friend you're holding on to. Well, I can't stop talking to that family member because let's say it's your mom and but all of the other reasons why you should actually let go. I believe that every single person who watches this live, there are, like I said, people, it's a business, it's a job, it's things that you need to let go of in order to really propel your life and everything forward to the next level. But because you hold on to it, because you're scared or because of commitment, because you said you would do this, right? You sit and you hold on to it. And that thing, that decision is actually what's holding you back. That decision to keep holding on is the reason why you haven't broken through. It's crazy because a job is usually, besides holding on to toxic family members, a job is usually the number one thing somebody holds on to, / a business. And it's because that job makes them so much money. I can't imagine, like, I can't go anywhere else, I need health insurance, I make $100,000 a year, blah, 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 blah. We talked about this some other day on Power Up with Power Coach Alishia, right? But it was for a different perspective. This perspective is, you need to shift how you look at it, right? Like I said on that Power Up was, you can find a better job making more money with better benefits, right? That you're happier at, that's closer to home, that, appreciates you more. You can join a different company or build your own. And yeah, it's hard. That's the other thing. Nobody wants to do things. Oh, it's harder to look for a job. And then I've got to interview. Then I have to update my resume. Yes. You have to do all those things. However, the alternative is what you're doing right now, which is banging your head up against the wall, wondering why things aren't changing. So maybe it's not actually not talking to the person, releasing the things, quitting the business, or letting go of the job, or quitting the job, right? Maybe it's looking at it and going, there's not just one way. So back to business coaching. In my elite coaching program, I feel a shift happening working with my small group of people that I'm teaching them how to elevate their business, and they're telling me what they're doing for success, and I'm taking the thing that they're doing that's successful and I'm blowing it up to the next level of success for them. And it's multiple people and different companies and different arenas in the direct sales industry, different personality types, all the things. And the coolest thing that happened on the last session was me teaching them how to take what they're doing. What are you talking about? Yes, I'm a direct sales coach and I'm a life coach. I have been all the years you've known me, Mary. When you met me on tour, I was a direct sales coach, and then I launched my life coaching division 2 months ago. Hi, Tori. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, so in this session, I basically showed them how they can take their business just from this level of whatever, right? Selling this product to being a resource, right? And being, showing up more as a business owner. I don't know what just happened. So we're on take 2. I want to just finish what I'm saying, and then I'll link the 2 videos to each other. How they can broaden that and give more from a different perspective, be more of a resource in, that niche that they're in, and really connect with people and blow their business up. So, sometimes it's not letting go of the company, right? Marcy, can you take the link to this video and put it in the comments of the other video so everybody can come over here? It's not that, sometimes it's looking at how to, broaden it and make it a bigger company but still be serving as your direct sales company. Or maybe it's looking at it and going, I don't have any space in my life for my family. And this is one of the biggest things that made me push her to let go of her business. And it was that for 2 years, her family says that her business is more important to them. That's all she cares about. That's all she thinks about. That's everything for her. And the truth is that her school is, right? Opening this school is everything to her. Opening this school is the most important thing to her. However, she was using the business to fund that, right? And so that's why the business got the attention. At this rate, she spent 2 years, doing her best to get funding for this school. She'd already have it. All right, let me get my shake. So like I said, that's what I challenge you guys to do. I'm challenging you to open up. I'm challenging you to look at things from a different perspective. There's not one way to get to that goal. And usually that one way is not going to work anyways. There's not one way to change people's lives, right? Like, I'm here every day, Monday through Thursday. I have a free life coaching program that's 12 weeks long, and you get emails for 5 days and you have a 2-day break. I'm doing free workshops every 2 to 3 months, right? I'm also in my group every day giving free value, perspective, mindset, whatever, sharing that, and then coaching in the comments. There's not only one way to launch this life coaching business, right? I didn't, even launch it the traditional ways. I didn't launch it the ways that I've been taught the last 8 years. I just launched it in a way that I felt, was best for me. I have to shake up my shake. It's interesting though, because I think my biggest lesson that I learned yesterday before I even got on this session is to stop obsessing over this is the way to the goal. This is the way to get there. This is the way. It's not going to be the way, because it's different things. There's different processes. There's different things that you're doing to get to that goal. Whether it's losing weight, reconnecting with your partner, falling in love with yourself again, whether it's parenting, whether it's how you run your business, or, whatever it is, there's different ways to get there. So I'm telling you not to hold on. Don't hold on to your business as the way. Don't hold on to your partner as, that's the end all be all. Listen, I'm not saying that you're not going to be with your partner forever, but they could be the problem. They could be that person that you're holding on to that it's time to let go. So when you're analyzing this and you're looking at all the different categories, if you will, that I've talked about today, your partner has to be part of that category, right? Not meaning, or part of one of those categories, not meaning that the plan is to leave. The plan could be to make it stronger and better. The plan could be to edit your attitude towards them and not be making them be the one thing, the one person that's giving you the love and happiness, right? Because that's a lot of pressure to put on one person. So that could be what you're looking at. Like, am I expecting them to give me everything, to do the majority of the work that I should be doing within myself to grow and change and let go and be happy and da-da-da, blah, blah, blah? You guys, this is part 2, by the way. So if you missed part 1, you'll have to go watch part 1. This is part 2 of my live today. I'm actually getting ready to wrap it up, but I didn't want to just stay logged off. I wanted to come back and finish my live today. I don't know what's going on with Facebook and why it's like that. Marcy, don't put this on YouTube. I gotta get both of these videos and pull them together, and then I'll upload it to YouTube. So that way it's not 2 videos that you're uploading back to back. So anyways, there's not only one way. That's not one thing. It's not one business. It's not just that job. That person may not be the person. And I'm encouraging you to take stock of your life and look at what needs to be let go of things, what people you need to let go of. Do you have a business that does not serve you, but you do that business for money, or you stay in that business because you committed, right? I committed to this and I'm not going to let myself fail. Do you realize that if you quit something consciously because you decided that that's what you needed to do, that you did not fail? That was you deciding that it was no longer for you. Failure is when it doesn't work, and that's the reason why you stop doing it, right? But when you make the conscious decision